viendo actualmente, sobre todo en la parte central de la República Mexicana y ya en otros lugares, aún Baja California, pues es sumamente pues peligroso lo que está ocurriendo, ¿no?
México acaba de recibir un ataque biológico, un ataque bioterrorista por parte de intereses industrialistas que tienen el único fin de empezar a reducir la población y crear miedo entre la misma población. Yo sé que mucha gente piensa que las enfermedades aparecen de la nada, pero no aparecen de la nada en ciudades como la Ciudad de México. Yo les voy a decir una cosa, que aquí hay realmente una agenda de matanza masiva, de despoblar el planeta por parte de los intereses de la élite. La élite mundial esto lo ha tenido en planeación desde los 40.
Ajá.
¿Y podría estar pasando esto en América? Pues claro que sí. Aquí hay una campaña de bioterrorismo que a través de la propaganda se obtiene una ganancia muy jugosa a través de vacunas. Las vacunas que ahorita en este momento se están aplicando para contrarrestar esta forma de virus mutado, que ha transmitido ya a los humanos de una influenza porcina, no sirve para nada. Es decir, la vacuna que ustedes están recibiendo no les va a servir para nada. Están metiendo un cóctel de quién sabe cuántas cosas, porque las mismas personas que crean estas enfermedades venden las vacunas.
14 muertes infantiles y adolescentes a causa de infecciones cerebrales llevó a su gobierno a prohibir el Tamiflu durante el año 2007. Durante la campaña masiva de vacunación contra la influenza porcina del año 2009, en tan solo 6 meses, víctimas que sufrieron parálisis provocada por la vacuna presentaron demandas que alcanzaron los 1.3 billones de dólares. La justicia culpó a la vacuna por 25 muertes. Incluso jóvenes saludables de 20 años terminaron parapléjicos.
What is it all about? It is part of the continuing world revolution. It is part of the move to bring about World War III and ultimately then the one world order and the new world religion.
I assure you that absolutely nothing that I'm going to tell you is exaggerated, is interpolated, or is imagined. Everything I'm going to tell you is documented. He who controls food controls the world. Well, they said in 1962, we're going to work toward total global implementation of Codex Alimentarius on December 31st, 2009. They were sort of guidelines. Now, Codex Alimentarius Commission is administered by the World Health Organization, WHO, and the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization. They fund Codex and they run it at the request of the UN. So they're mommy and daddy to Codex Alimentarius. In 1994, Codex, with no notice here in this country whatsoever, declared nutrients, put on your intellectual seatbelts, declared nutrients to be toxins. They're poisons. Probably those people who are wealthy enough and powerful enough to have their own pushers of clean food and nutrients. So we need your help, because the United States leadership is what's going to literally save the population of the planet.
The UN has put out dozens of public documents where they're calling for an 80% world population reduction. In fact, at the Beijing Women's Conference, the World Conference, back in 1997, the head of the UN Food Program said, "We will use food as a weapon against the people."
Sustainable goal is the elimination of the middle class. The world cannot support 6 billion people. You see, the plan behind sustainable development includes population control. It's a program for land use control, education control, and population control. The leaders of the sustainable movement say that the world's human population should not exceed 500 million people. That's a 93% reduction of today's population levels. In 1992, while the real conference was going on, George Bush, then president, was there. He was just offshore, just off his yacht, where he executed the Agenda 21 protocols on behalf of the United States and brought it back to Washington, D.C. Within a year, Bill Clinton, by executive order, established the President's Council for Sustainable Development.
In 1996, Bill Clinton set up the President's Council on Sustainable Development. One of the dictates of Agenda 21 is that every country in the world is to set up a national council to oversee the implementation of Agenda 21. I've listened to Gorbachev explain, we are writing a new set of 10 or 15 commandments to replace the original 10. Which one of the 10 do you think these guys don't like? Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet. Because I'll tell you what, these people have lied to us during the process of stealing all of this nation's natural resources, and they covet everything you have left.
And in conjunction with Codex Alimentarius, food will be limited and water consumption will be decreased to 10 gallons per day per person. That is over a 90% reduction in people's average daily water consumption. And along with shortages of food and water, food we will be provided with will be genetically manipulated and nutrient deficient. The result of the 1992 Earth Summit Conference in Rio de Janeiro was the Kyoto Treaty. The Kyoto Treaty states that every country must drastically reduce the use of fossil fuels by mandate of the United Nations.
Concentrations of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are at their highest levels in more than 200,000 years. If the trend does not change, scientists expect the seas to rise 2 feet or more over the next century. Island chains such as the Maldives will disappear from the map unless we reverse the predictions. Thank you very much.
And as of June 2007, 172 nations and other government entities have ratified the treaty. And if you were wondering how this ties into putting the Earth's priority above human survival in accordance with pagan beliefs, every country's deadline for the implementation of Agenda 21 and the Kyoto Treaty is in 2012. Codex Alimentarius goes into effect at the end of 2009, which gives it 3 years for the Codex regulations on food to create billions of preventable diseases and deaths. When citizens of every nation are dying of starvation and diseases and fear for their lives because of global warming and major catastrophes, they will do what the public has been proven to do in times of great peril. They will beg for their government to step in and do something.
How are they going to get you to join the new economy? They're going to say we have a solution. You see, one of the tricks of the Illuminati is create a problem and then they provide the solution and you beg them to.
And pray tell, what will the United Nations suggest when there's a global problem? They will demand a global government, a new world order, exactly as the Maya, Hopi, Kali Yuga, and many other pagan civilizations prophesied. By 2012, the Kyoto Treaty, Agenda 21, Codex Alimentarius, and the new Pentagon will be fully operational to enforce a new world order.
Stuff that they were putting out to us, or at least to my friend, he was putting out some stuff about how they're training right now on running roadblocks, quarantine, and there's a video that was out recently that talked about shackles, that it's actually a bracelet that gets put on your right hand and somehow pinned into your hand, and it's meant to stay there forever. And it tells them that you've taken the swine flu vaccine. And if you don't have a bracelet, you'll be given the opportunity at the checkpoint to take the swine flu vaccine. And if you don't take it, you'll be boarded onto a bus to a concentration camp. And these are brand new. And I'll also post a link on the side where you can read up on it as well. This is the part that really shocked me about us receiving these little tiny chips. We're not getting the shackles right away. We're getting these little devices, almost see-through, okay, which contains, well, you'll see it and you'll read it. And